Welcome everyone. This is Daniel again here with a new topic on how to design an office. I'm excited to introduce this. It's something I do on a daily basis, and let's enjoy together. I hope you've been enjoying my classes on how to make objects, and this is how we're gonna use them today. Welcome, enjoy. Thank you. Let's get started on ArchiCAD. The first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you load in your objects for ease of working, and that's what you're going to start with. You go to File, go to Library and Objects, Library, go to Add, make sure you locate where you have your current objects. McQ, this file called 3ds Max has objects that I've made myself, so choose, go back. I have a few things on downloaded ribs, and choose, and then OK. Now we're having our object. We have our objects being loaded as a library path. The other thing that I need to do is to make sure that I customize my walls. In most cases, I don't like using what we have here, so I go to Composites, and under Composites, I have two types. I can either make an exterior wall or an interior wall, doesn't matter. I'll use the interior wall. Let me work with the single plastered, doesn't matter which one you choose. Click on New. Let me call it Office Wall 200 mm. By the way, we are using millimeters in this project, and you realize this has skins to it, so all you need is to delete what you don't want. Remove that one, and then let's have the size as 300. You can decide to have your outside pen as black. I always prefer black because it's visible. Choose that one, even the inside. Choose that one, say OK. Let's do also one for partition just in case. Come here, New, let's say 100, yes, 100 mm. Okay, have here now 100. Say OK. Now we go back to doing the walling. Click on the wall, go to the settings, and a top ring. I like working with not ringed, and then our walls for a good office that has good aeration can start with 700. Go to the generic walling, choose under interior, and you can see we have our walls here. Our external walls will be 200. Click OK. Our office is 4460 by 6800. Let's go to the wall, and then go to the settings, make sure it's not ringed. Our wall is 2700, and you've chosen that. Say OK, then come here, choose the first item to create single walls. Our interior walls will be 4460 by 68, so do 4460. The other one is 6800, then finish up. That's our office. We press in Windows, go to Window, just press the first one, click, and have the settings. I like large windows, 1400. This is the height from the ground to where the window starts. And do 800, and do a standard height of windows, that's about up to 2100. So 21 minus 800 is 1300. Click OK, and then we check the offset from this one. McQ, you need to know the shortcuts. I'll use Ctrl D for moving, let's move. I'll use Ctrl M for mirror, Ctrl E for rotate, and Ctrl U for having multiple objects. Whenever you do control something and then control, you create a copy. So when I'm doing this, I need to move this window from the wall, so I need to offset by 1800, that is Control D, 1800, Control D copy for a copy, first put it there, then offset this, Control D, that's move, by 1200, and then can have our door, the far corner here, go to its settings, maybe you can make 1000 to be bigger, and 0 here because it starts from the ground. Let's move it to the corner here. That's good. Now, before we do the floor and the ceilings, I always like putting my furniture. This being an executive office, I'll bring in an executive desk. Therefore, go to Object, look for your file and embedded. 3ds, that's my file. I'll go to executive desks, customized by me. Again, this is 0. This comes as a default with Archicad. Most objects come with a placement of 100 in the z-axis, so you need to make sure it's 0. And make our desk bigger. Let's do 2400 by 2400. Click OK, press it. The orientation of this desk must be in such a way that the boss is able to look through the window. So the best thing is to mirror, Control M. There we have it, and we can move it near the wall. Okay, then we bring in the chairs. My chairs are under the other file. This one. You go down to Office Seating Point, choose the high back chair, click OK, select it, and then place it nicely. Go back, choose the visitor chair, Control E for rotating, Control D for moving, and then Control M for mirror. That's it. And then we bring in the cabinets for books. So again, go to my other file. I have what you call Office, sorry, it's up here, Office Cabinets. Choose this one, click OK, and then I want to place it against this far corner. That's it. That's the one. You can have 2. Nice, looking good. And then I want to give this guy a sofa, so I'll go to my file again, look for sofas. Want to give him an L shape. This is the one. Click OK. Select. Control D. Place this corner here. Then we can just look for a coffee table for the same. So let's go for the coffee tables from my file. Coffee tables, I have several. With I like this. Click OK, and then you can place it here. This is where the boss will be meeting his friends and his other clients. Now we need to ask ourselves, what are these other accessories that an office may need? One, it may need a paper trash, it may need a coat hanger for the boss, we may need a computer, so we need to get them. Come here, go to Archicad library and look for office equipment. Get him a nice laptop, and it's at height of 750. There we are. It's facing the other side, so we need to mirror. You can just put it at an angle to make it look nice. We need other items. One of them is the coat hanger. I hope I have them. Yes, coat hangers. That's one of them. Remember to reduce the height to 0 back. You can have it here. So that's our coat hanger. We need, I can even have decorations. Need a picture. Let's first do the bucket of flowers. Click OK. And press it this corner here. That's it. And maybe a magazine rack. We need a magazine rack. All of these I've customized myself. Let's do this one. can have it, that's along the way. No, let's interchange these two. Let's interchange these. Can have this one here. For the magazine rack, the mirror can be at this corner. What else do we need for an office? We need blinds. So go to Archicad library and look for decoration. Let's do Venetian blinds still, okay. They look nice. Click OK, and there you have them. Go to the settings. Our windows are 1400. You need to offset a bit, so give it 150, 150 on the other side. So that's 1400 plus 300, 1700. Our window is 1400. We agreed on 1400. So we need to drop a bit. So let's give it 1500 and 600 here from the ground. So pick this one, bring it here and copy, Control D, Control, and then have it next to this sofa. You can push the sofa a bit. Can push the sofa a bit from the far away from the wall. Okay, what else is needed for an office? As we go along, we remember. Now we need to put our floor. Floor is a horizontal element, so we'll do that with a slab. Look for your slab. Click on this. Our slab is 150. That's the standard. Make sure I'm not putting the textures right now, just doing the elements without textures. You can go to 3D and you can have a view of what you're doing. Or for orbit, this is what we have. That's our office. Okay, I've just remembered we can do a picture for our boss, a wall picture. Go to a card library, that's under decoration. Click on this picture. Again, like big pictures, do 1400. That's the height. And how high from the floor? Can do 1300. Okay, this would be best suited behind him. So click and then move it behind him here. Can have it at the center. Can move this a bit. Give space, although it doesn't interfere with it. Then after putting the floor, we need to do the skirting. Skirting is important. I'll use a profiler. Go to new. I want to place it under architectural. So I'll give it a name. Office skirting. That would be new. Office skirting, and I'm pressing it under architectural. Click on new folder, call it Duke as my channel. Click OK, and therefore I'll need to create my own. Can delete this and create my own. Go to documents for Rainwork. The skirting has a height of 100. I intend to do wood, therefore the wood that I'm using is 25 mm in the width. Then you can have it this way. This wood, the pattern that the wood that you have is normally chamfered here. So go to chamfer, give it a small like that, and then put a fill to the rainwork that you have done. Select the fill, go to override surfaces, tile, and now choose from what you want. I want to use wood. I can choose either wood that I need from here, let's say mahogany, and then I can say save. Whenever I'm doing skirting, I prefer using the beam. It's much easier to use than the wall. So I'll click on the beam and even select the wall and then click on save. Then you can come out of that command. Come to the beam and then in the structure choose the profile. Check on your profile, it's under Duke, and you can see you have the office cutting. Go to its settings and see whether the settings are okay. Home, make sure ground, then choose OK. Then choose the continuous one, and then let's start putting the skirting from this corner. Go to this one, to this one, to this one, and then to this one. You can check via marquee. Let's see part of this marquee. And there is our skirting. Okay, let's proceed. Let's do our ceiling design. Most offices don't have these elaborate designs for the ceiling. I like working it from outside, so I'll use first Rhinework and make sure that I pick the exact size of the office. So it's from here. Let me change the color so that you can see. That's the office. Pick on your line. You can click on the line, Control A, Control D to move it away from you. I would like to have rights at the side, so normally what I do is to select the lines, make sure that you suspend the group, click on one corner and then offset edges and make sure you control so that you can do an offset of 700. So we'll have rights all around here. And then we can just have the middle part as plain or maybe a few decorations, but I prefer minimal designs for an office. So this is what here we need to determine at what heights these ceilings will be. The middle part, as highlighted by this shading, will be higher than the other part, the outside one. So let's do some few maths here. If our height is 2700, that's the total height of our walls, I would like our outer ceiling to go down by 150. So being a horizontal element, I'll use a slab. Go to the settings. The height is already predefined, but we need to define this one. We are saying from the ground to the topmost, it should be 27. So I'll have to put this as 27. Click OK. Then make sure you have this. You click on the slab, you want to cut the inner part. Click on the slab, hold the spacebar, click, and that's already cut. We do the inner part. The inner part will be higher. Let me do 50. So from the height of 2700, it will go down by 50. So again, come here. We'll have ourselves 50. And again, the total height is 2700. Click OK. Then you can click on the slab and the spacebar and then click. Let's see what we have here. Right click, marquee. Let's see. This is what we have. Oh, we are still here. I would like to put the rights. For ease of doing work, I'll go to ramp. Choose on interior. I'll use the spotlights and the downlights. The downlights provide the general lighting, while the spotlights are more pointed. They give light to a specific area. So I'll just pick on this kind of light. And let's go to the settings first. The light settings. I don't need an intensity of 100. Make sure it's very low. We can have white light. That's what we call daylight. And then we go to the other settings. Push on this one. Should be bigger. I like working with a diameter of 100. go to this one, contour pen, change to a color that you can see from the ground, click OK, and now all you need is to click. We've already done that one, and then we need to do one here. We have changed reta. Go to ground floor, you can see our rights there. Now what I'll do is to space out these rights depending on the length that we have. I have to make sure that this is in the mid. Normally what I do is look for the diagonal and then press this in the mid of that diagonal, which is here. For the writing, I'll check on the measurements. I have 4.4 meters. That means if I do 3 rights, I'll have a difference of about 2 meters on either side, which is quite efficient for elimination. So I'll do Control M, Control, or a copy. Then to distribute the other one, I'll just need to click on this, Control U, make sure it's on drag, distribute -1 because we've already put 1 and we only need 1 copy. So just drag and there you have your copy. Select these 3, Control M to bring them to the other side, and then we need to fill up here. This is about 6, so we might need 2 copies in between. Control, Control, then Control U, we need 2 copies, and drag this to here. Perfect. And check what we have done so far. Go to marquee, right click, show marquee. This is our writing as it is. Then in the middle, we can do spotlights. We can align this to the mid one. I need to do 3 spotlights, so I'll click on this, go to settings, spotlights. We don't need them big, can do 70. Again, the rating is okay. We can do warm right. Maybe I'll do yellow. Yeah, let me do yellowish. Okay, and then okay, and then let me mirror this first. Press that one, and then the third one, Control U, again 1 copy, click, drag, and there you go. Then select everything, group, Control G, and then drag it back to where we have our office. Now the next big step is putting the textures. It's very important to have very nice textures. Before I forget, we also need to do what we call a cornice for the edge. A cornice is normally put between the wall and the ceiling. I'll go to Profile, click on New. I'll still do under Structure. Let me first go to New and say Office Cornice, and under Structure, click Cornices, click OK. Can delete this. Again, this is we are drawing the profile, this front profile. Make sure of that. Let's do 100, enter. Let's do 60, enter, and then we can just do our own designs here. But this is just my personal design. So this is just a personal one, just for demonstration. Click, then you can decide to make this into a curve, just a simple nice design. Once you do that, you can make this bigger a bit. Let's make it 80, drag these 2, then maybe you can have this going all the way there, delete this one, something simple. Click on fill, make your fill there, select on the fill, go to override. I would like to do this in paint, choose gloss white, and then save. Sorry, again I forgot, you need to go to Beam. I find it easier. Save, click OK, get out of here. Then we come to again our Beam, check it out. We need to go to cornices, office cornice, go to settings. Remember, we dropped our outer ceiling up to 2700 minus 150, so this comes at 2550. So right here 2550, and okay, that's it. Click OK, and then you can put it here. That's it. We need to save our file. Let's get to text desktop, Arcad Solo. The next step that we are going to do is to texture our objects. We have several objects here. We have the walls, that one. We have the desks. We have chairs. We have the floor and the ceiling and the curtain as well. So I need to make textures for that. Now let's do the texturing. So all I need is to make my own textures. So I'll come to the surfaces and then identify first what do I need. I need one for wood, so I'll click on wood horizontal. Then I can go to make sure that you go to new office wood, click OK. Make sure that your engine first is set to basic. Click on texture because we are picking it from outside. Click, go to add, can choose any of these woods that I have. Let me choose this one. Let's choose that for effect. Let's choose that one. Okay, this is what we have. Exposure is okay. Can change and get a different color for that matches what we have here. Okay, that's it. Then go to basic settings, revert to scene area. Make sure you match, update scene area settings from basic. That's what we have. Say okay, that's one. We need fabric. Go to surfaces, choose a fabric from here, textile 1, new office fabric. Okay, again go to basic, choose on material that you want. Right now here, fabric. I'll go for this, click OK. Okay, can increase the size this a bit to 500 to make it bigger. Go to scene area, match, yes, that's what we have, and then again click OK. You need the wood for the floor. Click on this, choose floorboards, new office floor. Okay, go to basic, pick on this, add, come here, floor. I'm thinking of using this one. Click OK, click OK here, then go to scene area, choose this one and click OK. Now we have the materials. Now let's do the texturing. Let's do a marquee so that we can see what we are doing. Click. Okay, let's start on the desk. Click on the desk, go to the settings, custom settings, look for where we have wood. I write on this, control this one, general, select, look for office wood. That's it. Okay, you can see we already have now 2 areas that are black, and that should be the leather finish. This one, I write, you can just pick paint, and that's our desk. Let's go to the cabinet. I write both. Go to the settings, wood, click office wood. The other areas are okay. Translucency is okay. Sorry, I didn't pick this one. I write this one. Select wood. Select wood. Nice. We have our wood there. Come to our sofa. I write on the sofa. select, we go to the body fabric, click on this, choose office fabric, click, and there is our fabric. Nice, this is looking good. Now we go to other things. Let's go to the floor, click office floor. You can see they are big, they are massive. So all we need to do is to go back to our surfaces. Remember, you didn't check. Go to surfaces, go to office floor. Let's first with the basic. You can see it's too big. Let's do 1000. And I feel like we need to rotate angle. The angle should be 180. Let's do 90. Rotation 1000 by 1000. Go to scenario, match. Okay, perfect. You can see they've turned. That is nice. Let's change our skirting to match the wood. Go to this, modem, make sure that's highlighted, and choose search for office, choose OK, and that's perfect. Now let's change the colors of our office. I would want a gray theme in this office with a highlight at the back. So let's look for the material again, choose a paint that more or less fits our description. Either can do paint gray, come to new, office, main, paint, click OK, go to basic, go to exposure, service car, make it right, very right there. And we don't need a shiny paint, specular, that's okay. To texture, that's fine. Go to scenario, make sure you match here, update, that's fine. That's one created. I want to highlight that matches our desk or sofa, so maybe going for brownish paint. The browns, I like brown, so come here and choose some paint. I can choose even this one. No, golden ochre looks good. I think let's settle for this. I don't need to change that one, and that will affect the back wall. Select it, come to model, draw this open, click gold, paint ochre. That's it. This and this wall we do our own paint. Draw this open, highlight, check one, office main paint. Okay, let our outside ceiling be white. So again, go for check for white. We need paint titanium, and the inside I would like to match what we have at the back. So select here, make all these, select this one again, done. Now the office, choose office main paint. We choose what we have as paint. Okay, yeah, that's it. And then for our blinds, no, we forgot something here. For our coat stand, again we do the same wood as the main desk. Wood, office wood. Okay, select again the main board is made of wood. Select on the wood that you have, office wood. That's it. And then we can do for the window venetian blinds, go to the settings, model. Then for the braids, let's do a nice color, like we can do like an orange. String is white, the header is white also. Go for paint gloss white being a metal. Click OK. You can view our perfect. Yes, that's it. That's what we have. And change our chairs as well. They look good. Black looks good. I need to change my photo as well. So what I'll do is pick on this photo. And Makiu, before you change the photo for your wall picture, you need to have loaded that picture into your libraries and also note the name of that photo. It's very important. Go to settings, here under style and dimensions, use picture, You must always remember, although you can find it here, menu. Mine should be under here, menu. That's it. Then for the frame, let's check the settings. Go to presentation. Let's have a frame in gray. Let's do this. Click OK. I'd like to make this one a bit bigger. Go to settings, make it about 1600 by 800. That looks more like it. It's looking good. The other item remaining now is to make sure that the door is also nice. Go to the settings. Make sure you choose a profile for the door. I like this one. Make a handle. Then go to model attributes, frame. I'd like to keep it the same as the wood that I have. Office wood, leaf outside the same, leaf outside the same. Then from here there's another place you need model. This is for the outer casing. Click on the same, which is okay. Click OK. Now we've done our textures or objects are in place. We need to do rendering, and for us to do rendering we need to do writing. We've already done part of it. We need to do the general writing. Go to ramps, pick on the general writing, make this one is it's a good height. I like 2000. Go to show illumination 2D, that I want the color to be bluish so that I can see it, and not much intensity. Set it to 25, so that's okay. Then I need 2 of these and another one there. 2 will be enough. And then I need the sun. Come here, pick on the sun object, click OK. There it is. Again, go to the settings, click on that. Very little, need like 20. For the sun, you can go to 100, then set the sun position. Let's do 35, and then let's drag this, then mirror, and put it where we have our window. I'd like to illuminate where we have our sofa. That's the place. Let's see whether it's placed nicely. Here's our sun. We drag it to where the window is. Let's reduce the angle to 25. This looks great. We can do some right above our picture, and for that I like using what we call the yes, right. So I'll just pick on the one that I like and choose this one. Go to the settings. Our picture, we can do it at 1800. Go to the right settings, make this one about 40 to shine well. Right distance is okay. Click OK and come and place it here. You can have 2, one here and the other one and the other corner. We need to change the materials for our bucket of flowers. I use very decorative flowers here, like this leaf. I'll do red, that color. Pick on this one, choose yellow, pick on this ghetto brass, very colorful, and then can do that. Click OK. We had our magazine lock. Should be here. Let's check the settings. Height 0 here. Go to wood. Use body wood. Let's choose our office wood. Click OK. And we are good now. We can do some nice renders now. Before we proceed with the renders, and we need to place cameras. Cameras will work within the confines of Marquee. So I need to first of all marquee the whole of this area. Already done. Go to ground floor, then look for our camera. These settings are not correct. I like working with 1700. It's too high. And these are 17. Then The view con is okay, everything is okay. Click OK, come out of it. Our first camera will highlight the desk. So click on here, go to that area. The other camera can highlight from the desk to the table here. Then all you need is to come here at the side where you have 3D generic perspective. Click on this camera, click on the first camera. And that is our first view that you have under camera 1. Now go to rendering settings. We need indoor medium because it can take really a bit of memory. That's okay. Let me choose a picture size. Disengage this one. I normally work with 1200 by 1000. Those are my pictures. Go back to settings. Renderer standard redshift is still yet to work. Render settings. Let's bump up our rights. Let's make it 120. And the illumination, let's make it 100. Too much details here. Can't see. Okay, that's it. Global illumination should be on. Shadow casting is okay. We don't need a background at all, and we are good to go. Cross check again. That's fine. Resolution. Renderer, render settings. They are all fine. Options. Okay. And then the last thing we need to do is to click on the photo render projection. This may take time, so until it's done, that's when I'll be back. Thank you. It's now regenerating our picture, and the pixels are quite many. It will take some time, so take a glass of water, subscribe, hit that button below there, and tell me, share ideas of what you'd want me to do next. I'm always happy when I teach something new. Thank you. Let's wait. Our render is now done. I had to do a few tweaks here and there. One, the sunlight was too high. I had to reduce, and also the paint at the ceiling. I also did a different thing. Otherwise, that's all. What you see as white down here is the sunlight going through the window. So we'll have to deal with that a bit. So let's save this. Out file. Let me go to the desktop. I have these textures. I can say office interiors. Now, once you do your render, we have to do one very important thing in order to come up with the final image that we have. We go to an editing program for the images, and there are several. We have Photoshop, and you also have Lightroom. My special liking and what I prefer most of the time is what we call the Lightroom. It is the best in terms of picture editing. So let's open that. I have it here. The program is now open. Now we need to import our picture. Come to File, Import, File, Import. We go to the desktop. We pick on this, and check all. Click on this, then we say import, and then we have our image here. Now, once you're here, you go to the develop. You can open these images side by side. So this happens, this is before and this is after. Then we come to our image. The first thing that you need is to check on the balance, the white balance of this image. You can either use this, the white balance selector, and you have to look for any grays. It picks grays. You see, it has done some adjustments. But this is just a mood. It depends on what mood you'd want for your image. Like you can decide to be warm. There are very many ways. You can go for the cold. It all depends, but let's pick from here. Then exposure and contrast. I work on them last. So I'll first work on the highlights. So draw highlights. You can see there's a lot of highlights around here. Push back until about there. Shadows, let's increase the shadows there. There isn't much of shadows, there's too much. Okay. Then the whites, hold Alt, then drag. until you can see anything on your desktop. That's it. It's okay. Blacks also do the same, but go to the other side. So blacks are okay, so you don't need to do much. For the textures, increase a bit to +2. For the clarity, bump it up. You can make it up to 28. You can dehaze a bit. I don't need vibrance at all. Then come to the tonal curves. This is what I just picked. We have the midtones. Go down a bit. Or the highlights increase a bit. You can see the difference between our two images. It's wow, just a little bit. Then I like going to sharpening. I like coming up to 71, 70, 71. And then you need to check on the edges. So hold Alt masking. So most of the sharpening will be done around the edges. That's good. Once you do sharpening, you introduce noise to your image. So reduce the lumina out there, and then these ones works when pictures are taken by cameras. You can do removal, enable profile corrections. I don't have anything. Then I can do a bit of vignetting to make it realistic, just a bit of that. Then come back to your exposure. This is a bit exposed, reduce, and then increase the contrast. Not so much as in to reduce to close on details. I'll give it at that. And that is my final image. Just export. Interiors. We start with number 1, export. Then you can go to your folder. There is a good image. I know most of you don't know how to make a new layout. So let's do a small bit of making of the layout for presentation purposes. Come to your layout book. We have this thing called master here. You can either decide to go by whatever you have here. This is what we have. Make sure you change the details or design your own here. And then if this is what you choose, or maybe you may decide to do a new one. Click on the new master layout. Call it your own office layout. I always like doing zero margins. We always work with ISO A3. Click OK. This is what you have. And then you can design what you want. I'll just be as simple as I can. I just draw the boundary. This is up to you to make what you want. And then I'll have my details along here. I won't concentrate on that for now. And I'll have the details there. Then I want to place my image. Make sure you go to where you have the A01 floor plans. You are working on the ground floor. Click on this. It's already chosen. Right click, choose the right one, layout. Go to office layout. Click OK. This is what we have. You can delete whatever has come with it. Right, delete this one. Now go to file, external content, press external content, pick your office interior draw picture, click. Now reduce this, go to its settings, go to size. If this is a matter of try and error, you can try 300 first. Let's see. Yeah, this one fits nice. And then again go back. Is what we call the title. You don't need a title for this, just no title. Click OK. Once this is done, go to File, Save As, choose PDF for presentation, and you can use, say, Office Interiors 3D View. Remember that's 3D view. You can remove this or delete. Now let's do the floor plan. This is what you have. I don't want to do much. Let's do a copy and drag it out here. Delete all the things that I don't need. I don't need this one. Then this right. Sorry, I don't need this right, nor the sun, nor this one, and also these rights because they will distract our drawing. Now pick the walls. Go to Document, Annotation, Automatic Dimensioning, exterior. You don't need to change anything here, but make sure you place dimensions on 4 sides. Click on your wall, click, and then you have your measurements. Deselect the walls, go to document, pick dimension, control it, select all of them, go to the settings. I like them being under the witness line. Choose this one, and you can pick a line for the witness line. Let's do black. Text. I'm very particular about one text. That's the stylus BT. I like it. Pick the color for the text. Let's do red. Center the text between the lines. That's the witness lines. And then let's choose the pointer. I like this one. What color is the pointer? Let's do black. And here let's do black as well. Click OK. And you can see this is what we have. Now you can see our measurements are in meters. I need to convert them into millimeters. Option, project preference, dimension, print millimeter, click OK. And that's our plan. Now let's head back to our layout. On it. Now click on the view map. Click on the project map. We are working on the ground floor. Drag, and there our drawing comes. Just highlight, click on the node there. Make sure you pick on the adjust frame. Make it adjust nicely. There. Again, remove the title. Now expand this drawing using this one. Stretch and center it. Then you can save it. And that is the final process that we do. This helps us to now send our drawings to our customers for reference. Thanks a lot. Click on the like button and comment and make suggestions on what next I can do for you. I appreciate for your time. Thanks a lot.